Hard work feels hard, and it's something that you keep avoiding. You avoid doing that uni essay. You avoid doing that hard gym workout. You even avoid starting that business that you are so passionate and ambitious to start. And it's something that you talk to all of your friends about, hey boys, I'm thinking of starting this YouTube channel. Hey boys, I want to start posting content. The only problem is hard work feels hard, and I have no idea how to make it easier. And I feel like whenever I try to do something that's hard, I just give up after a matter of not even weeks, but days. You want to know a story with younger Adrian? When I first found the gym in 2018, I knew building the aesthetic body wasn't going to be easy. Like, we all kind of know that, how rare it is to see someone in peak physical condition, especially in an environment like the beach where everyone has their tops off and can actually critique and analyze every person's physique. It's rare. It's almost like when you see a Lamborghini driving through on the road. The same thing happens when you see some jacked guy walking on the beach. It's rare. So whatever's rare actually has value and requires some sort of hard work that only the top 1% of people are gonna put in. So when I started the gym back in 2018, I was fully aware of this. The only thing that I was unaware of was, how do I make hard work feel fulfilling and almost easier? Like, what is the hidden blueprint? How come this person's built a crazy physique? Did he find it hard, or did he find it enjoyable? How come this person has built up a successful YouTube channel and business? Did he find it hard, or did he find it purposeful and enjoyable? What is the missing ingredient? So I would continuously try analyze people at the gym for the rare occasions that I would go in my first year, because I was like extremely inconsistent, up until I found out that there is some sort of like male hormone which plays the biggest part in our ambition, in our hunger to throttle and destroy and disintegrate the whole competition and be the best. That drive, that essence. You can probably guess what it is. Testosterone. When I first heard the word testosterone, I had absolutely no idea what it was. I heard it and I instantly thought of steroids, PEDs, all of that. I thought of like the Hulk when I would watch Avengers movies. This was when I was 16. I had no idea what it was about, but I remember watching content from like Andrew Huberman. He would speak about it. And all these other like scientists and gym guys saying about how testosterone is so important and how it's not something that can only be increased with steroids. Believe it or not, it is something that can be improved on naturally. There's been proven studies that the higher your testosterone is, the more hard work will start to feel good. Putting in effort in something will feel like, oh, I did that, and I want to do more of that. The only problem with younger Adrian, he had no idea how much his bad habits were affecting his testosterone. And that was making it a whole lot harder for me to put on lean muscle. It was making it a lot harder for me to focus and do some sort of like deep work. It was even giving me low confidence, because the higher testosterone, you feel like you have this higher self-image. You have this like almost big dick energy. As like cringe and as of, oh, Adrian, it's not that deep and whatever as you want to call it, I'm going to be honest with you. The last 2-3 years when I've been taking this seriously and trying to improve my health, naturally, of course, my hunger, my ambition, and the effort I put in every single day on my business, in my gym workouts, with my friendships, my relationships. I'm going to sit here and just say it, bro. I am confident of the fact that I'm putting in top 1% effort, just because 3-4 years ago, I took this stuff seriously. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 ways how I improved it naturally, which you probably won't really hear in many other places. Because I used to be that guy who would go to bed at 3 to 4 a.m. every single night. Or as long as I get my 8 hours of sleep, I don't need to care about my circadian rhythm. I don't need to get any sunlight and stay up past my bedtime and speak to my friends and get ready for this locker code, which Ronnie2K is going to tweet out at 4 a.m. here in Australia time. Sleep isn't a priority for me now, so I need to just stay on my phone, stay on my console. At that same period of time, I was going to the gym pretty consistently, but I wasn't prioritizing important areas outside of the gym which played the largest impact on my testosterone. I would drink alcohol. I would stay up late. I wouldn't really talk to girls. I wouldn't like challenge myself, because back then talking to girls was a challenge. Like in high school, big challenge. I wouldn't do any of that. I would procrastinate. In my last video, I spoke about how emotionally reckless and chaotic I was. I would cope. I would have limiting beliefs. I would say it's just my genetics. I'm unlucky. Every single limiting belief and excuse you can possibly think of. I once had it, bro. I wasn't really that problem solver. I didn't say to myself that, oh, this guy's done it, so I can do it. I would say the most like weak beta energy thing of, oh, although he's done that, he's just got lucky. And I'm not going to analyze his life and how he did it and the habits he did and how he improved his testosterone naturally. I'm just going to call him lucky. How did I increase my testosterone naturally? First things first, I followed the elimination diet. When I wanted to start putting on muscle and packing on size, I would hear these influencers and bodybuilders saying, all you got to do to build muscle is eat big to get big. I would listen to these like old school bodybuilders like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler. I would follow their advice thinking I wanted to be a bodybuilder, mistaking the fact that they're pumping a lot of stuff while I'm not. I'm some 16, 17-year-old, 60 kilos soaking wet who doesn't even eat more than like 1,800 calories and they're eating 4,000. So what would I do, the young 16-year-old? I would listen to what they were to say. I would get a mass gainer protein powder, which I'll chuck on the screen right here. I'm pretty sure I had like 400 calories per scoop, and I would put like 4 scoops of that in my mass gainer shake with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, whole cup of oats, 2 bananas, a bunch of crap. Was full of ingredients. I'm actually going to do some research right now, believe it or not, and see how much this mass gainer protein powder, how many ingredients it had. Because believe it or not, bro, right now, if your diet consists of a lot of ingredients that you don't even know what they kind of are, you are doing not only yourself and testosterone the biggest disservice, but you are doing your gut and digestion health the biggest disservice. You are giving your body so much more inflammation, which is giving you these acne dots, which is making you have those bad, and I mean bad, toilet sessions, let's just call it that, while thinking you're building muscle faster. Hate to break it to you, bro, but you are sacrificing and costing the health of your future self by thinking that more calories equals more muscle. Wrong. More testosterone equals more muscle. Let's imagine there were 2 guys. Younger Adrian is consuming 5,000 calories of absolute bullshit and eats a diet that consists of a total of, let's say, over 100 random ingredients like red 20, glucose, sucrose, and all of this crap. Person B is eating half of the calories, maybe he's just at maintenance level, and he's building more muscle while gaining less fat and also having higher testosterone. Now, why is that? Because doesn't more calories equate to more muscle mass? Clearly, right? No? Especially for us natural lifters? Person B, the guy who's eating less calories, all of his food is coming from one ingredient whole foods. Eggs, beef mince, steak, avocado, salmon, tuna, white rice, sweet potatoes, and maybe some fruits and honey. Person A, aka younger me, his diet has mass gainer protein powder, 50 grams of carbs where God knows where they're coming from, protein that is been processed. It's not from like animals. Or the sweeteners, oh, it's a chocolate flavor. Bro. He's also eating those like pre-packaged meals that claim they're high protein without even looking at the back of the packaging and realizing it's got vegetable oil, canola oil, all of these like inflammatories which give his body more harm than good, than that protein will ever give him. Who ends up being more consistent with the gym? The guy whose gut is all fucked and all of like the negative thoughts and anxiety he's getting from all of the shit food he's feeding himself? Or person B, who has a whole lot more clarity? Who has a good tummy, and who also has higher testosterone because he's eating the right foods. Hard work for him feels better. Hard work for person A doesn't feel as of good. Who is likely to stick with the gym longer term? Because at the end of the day, bro, the most important trait for building muscle, for building successful business is patience. It's a long-term game. Like, you can experience absolutely no progress in your first 8 months of lifting weights, but it's maybe that ninth month where you experience and receive that new inch of like bicep gains. It's maybe that 10th month of working really, really, really hard on your business, your YouTube channel, where you start to gain traction and build momentum and get that viral clip. Or because you stuck in it for the long term and you made hard work feel good for yourself just because you implemented these methods of cleaning up your diet, of eating foods that, yeah, might seem kind of bland to you, but when you put a lot of pink salt on them, when you cook them the right way with organic butter, they taste better than ever. When you eat like high fatty protein foods and realize that fat is actually really good for you, and you shouldn't be getting these like pre-made meals that claim low fat because they're extremely high in ingredients and sugar. I'm not going to drink those protein shakes, Adrian, and I'm going to start implementing more eggs, more red meat. You want to know a story? I was completing a health science/nutrition degree, and I had an argument with my teacher who was like, I'm not going to shame anyone, but she was like out of shape. And she had like a PowerPoint presentation and stating that you should only be eating 500 grams of red meat a week, or else you are risking high cholesterol, hypertension, high blood pressure, all of that stuff. And I raised my hand. I'm like, Miss, if anything, I'm like an 80 kilo, 85 kilo guy. This was like 2 years ago. I eat 500 grams of red meat a day. Heck, maybe some days 750 grams because I eat 500 grams of beef mince and like a 200-gram steak. And she's like, Adrian, you're risking your health. You can't be doing that. You got to start eating more grains, more wheat, more cereal, more protein powder. I look around in the class and I felt the best. Think of it like this. Just the fact that I challenged her belief is high testosterone on my part because I feel like there's an error and I want to challenge it. What if there was some other guy in the class who kind of knew I was right, but he didn't really want to raise his hand because he didn't feel like conflicted? He didn't want to like share his own wisdom and words and challenge the teacher's beliefs. When you have higher testosterone, I'm not going to say you're just pissed off at everyone, but you're more likely to challenge beliefs and stick with your values, which is like attractive as fuck. If I wasn't eating a high meat diet, if I wasn't trying to like critique my diet and eliminate and piss off all of these like random ingredients, do you really think I was to raise my hand and say to this teacher, Miss, you're wrong? No, Miss, you're right. You're right. I'm not going to eat as much red meat. I'm going to start eating more grains and feel lethargic and have a lot of brain fog. I challenged her belief just because at this point of time, like 2 years ago, I was taking it as seriously as possible, educating what foods should I be eating. I should be eating less of these like processed carbs and more of these whole meats. And sooner rather than later, I'm going to experience some sort of like influx of ambition and energy that when I wake up in the morning, not only do I have morning wood, but I just want to jump out of bed and get to work because I've made hard work feel good for myself. Lesson number 1, clean up your diet, bro. And I'm going to give you an actionable step for this lesson. And that's that right now, I want you to become aware of the fact that what is one food you're eating that you probably kind of know has more ingredients than you think it does. I'll help you out a little bit. If you're eating like sliced bread coming from that like plastic and you think it's kind of healthy because it's whole grain and it's this and the packaging's all written really nicely and magically, your actionable step is to go to your pantry and take a look at how many ingredients there are on this whole grain bread. Once you've done that, come back to this video and leave a comment and let me know if it was more than one ingredient. Okay, if it's like bread that was made at like a bakery and it only has like sourdough flour, okay, a lot better. But if you read this ingredient list and there's like vegetable oil or some like random word that you've never ever heard of before, it's like not even an ingredient, it's like, what the hell is this? Come back and comment what that ingredient is in the comments and we'll do some research on it together and see how healthy and beneficial it is for us to not only build muscle, but to have more of this high testosterone. Lesson number 2, stop drinking tap water. The year was 2023 and I'm like scrolling on my phone and I start to get pieces of content saying that, oh, tap water is bad. Tap water has heavy metals. Tap water has estrogenics. Tap water has stuff which makes you low testosterone. I would see this, I'm like, what? I'm just gonna stop drinking tap water? I can't do that. Where else am I going to drink my water? And I remember I was watching the self-improvement YouTuber Hamza and he was saying how he bought some expensive $700 water filter and he gave like a link of it. And I thought, you know what? Right now I'm working part-time. I'm making like X amount of money per week. What's $700 in the short term if I was to just buy this? If I can improve my energy levels by 5-10%, improve my health by 5-10%, improve my testosterone by 5-10%. That is one of the biggest competitive advantages. That is basically what no one else is doing. So I genuinely thought, I remember I procrastinated about it for like a couple months. And there was this one day, I'm in my living room, sitting on my couch, and I text my brother. I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm just going to buy it. Like, I hate my job. I hate my life. I want to build muscle faster. I want to be healthier. I speak to my friends so much about health. So I'm just going to do it. I bought the Water Biomax 500 and I'll leave a link of it in this video if it's something that you are interested in. Cost me like $700. It's like a 6-liter water filtration, osmosis water filter, which basically removes all of the stuff that your tap water doesn't. Because now they say, oh, tap water is healthy, it's cleaned through the government's filtration system. There's still a lot of stuff which bypasses that and remains in your tap water, and that when you drink, negatively impacts your health and the way you feel. And like here in Australia, it's not like the tap water is like the absolute worst. It's just that I have a bit more of like a obsessive and like, I have like an obsessive personality where if there's something that needs fixing and that I can improve, I'm gonna make that adjustment regardless of how much money it costs. So I bought this water filter and the first thing I do, I remember, I text my friends group chat, there was like 10 of us. I'm like, boys, I just made the best investment. Like, oh, Adrian, what'd you buy? Did you buy more FIFA points? I'm like, no, not FIFA points. At this point in time, I was still like hyper addicted to video games 2 years ago. I bought this water filter for $750. What do you think the reaction I got was for trying to positively impact my health and life quality? My friends gave me shit, which I don't blame them. It's a bit like out of the norm. They're like, what a fucking what a waste of money. What have you done? You spend your money on that, you could have bought this. You could have bought this, and this. I was hearing countless alternatives of different ways I could have spent my money for months, maybe even a year. Maybe still to this very day, I still cop shit for it. I'm here 2 years later, and it was the best investment I have ever made. Obviously, it's kind of hard because I've never like really got a blood test to test my testosterone, and I'm kind of just going off how I feel. And okay, with implementing a bunch of other good habits at the same time. Is it just placebo? Do I know how this water filter helped me exactly in what areas? And what? No, I don't. But what I do know through putting my faith through the studies and what this water filter claims and the studies that it's all backed by, which you can see on like the website, I think it's called like Waterco Australia, something like that. I'll link in the description. It made me want to clean up other areas of my life. It all just kind of like compounded. Like, oh my God, I feel like I got some sort of routine now, how I got to fill up a bowl of water from the tap. I got to put it at the top of this water filter. And now I'm drinking crystal clear water. This just naturally makes me feel higher value and like just better because I think to myself, who else is realistically doing this? Who else is buying a $700 water filter, caring this much about their health, spending like an hour on watching tutorials on like how to make the filter, came in like a big box. I had to spend like an hour making it. It was like a little bit confusing, but there's really good tutorials and videos that the company provides. This isn't even a sponsor, by the way, not even a sponsor. And I just made it. My brother was excited, I was excited. I'm like, oh my God, what an easy switch. Now we're drinking crystal clear water. And we're starting to just get more positive thoughts in our brain. And I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, Adrian, why can't I just buy plastic bottled water that's like spring water? The unfortunate reality is that those plastic bottles also have like something called BPAs and estrogenics in them, which is also quite harmful for your testosterone. The best thing to do naturally is to invest in like a stainless steel water bottle and this water filter, or even just like a good quality mug, and drink from there. Am I sitting here and saying that I have never drank from plastic bottles in the last 2 years? No. That's not what I mean. I'm just very like analytical and believe that if we can reduce the total amount of times we're consuming tap water and also bottled water and increase that percentage of our water coming from this filtration system, in the long term, we're going to have more energy. In the long term, we're going to have more testosterone. In the long term, hard work is going to start to feel better and better and better and better. Quick plug, if you want to receive like more of my learnings and anything I learn like instantly and want to get this like little 1% advantage, I highly recommend you join my private school community, the Petis Syndicate, all about self-improvement. All of us and the boys are constantly finding new ways and looking for new studies where we can improve and increase our testosterone. It will be the first link in the description. We have a discussion thread. We have pre-recorded courses. I'm even thinking of recording a course all about testosterone. I even have 2 live calls a week personally with me. First link in the description. If I can just decrease the amount of times a week I'm consuming tap water and increase the amount of times a week I'm getting the water from this system, bro, all for the cost of just like a little bit of money. Like, why don't I just work really hard at my job and invest this money and not be so tied to it and scarce with it? Lesson number 3 of this video is when you start to increase your testosterone naturally, you start to get more of an abundant way of thinking, and that only might be bro science, but listen up, that will only make you higher testosterone as a man in the long term. This guy on the left, he's trying to improve his diet. He's buying the water filter. He's going to bed early and doing all of like the other basic habits with being healthy. He's getting sunlight. He's working out. He's doing a social media detox. He's like trying to improve his mental health. He's going to start to think more abundantly and think, I can do more. I want more from life. I'm not going to be scarce with my money and try save it and almost like hoard it and not invest on stuff which I know will make me a healthier individual. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to be scarce and hold all my money and not, no, Adrian said buy this expensive water filter. I'm better off without it. I don't need it. Who is going to make more progress in the long term? The high testosterone, abundant, open-minded guy who's just willing to learn and take pieces. In the long term, when you adopt that mindset, you're going to become higher and higher and higher tests. And no, you don't need to be like, oh, should I take TRT? Should I take this and this? No. Just because you're open-minded now, when you're watching YouTube videos like this, not only are you more likely to agree with what I'm saying, but you're more likely to take action. I swear to God, bro, the higher testosterone I got, the more open-minded I started to be, the more abundant I started to be, and my life would get better and better and better and better. Just because I wasn't scarce. When you can adopt this way of thinking, even right now, if you claim yourself as low test, if you can just have this mindset switch and say, from this point in time, I am going to be as open-minded as Adrian and try new experiences and make investments with my money and not be so scarce with it and cling on to it. When I'm living life with almost like this free flow of like creative energy and just doing what I want to do, naturally I'm going to be more competitive. Naturally, I'm going to be more hungry. Naturally, I'm going to have this desire to be better, which as men is something we all need. I know for me personally, those periods of my life when I didn't have this desire, when I was just kind of like chill and fluffy and soft and thought to myself that, oh, the gym's not all that, like what is a little bit of extra muscle? I can kind of chillax on gym. I can kind of chillax on posting content. I can kind of chillax with having to stay up to date with my social life and having to give them effort. As soon as I thought like that, whenever I was to wake up in the morning, I would scroll. I would do bad habits. I wouldn't go outside when the sun was out. I would stay inside and watch YouTube. Every now and then I would start to cheat on my diet and make excuses and say, oh, Uber Eats is looking kind of tempting. I might just get this Nando's chicken. It's chicken, it's healthy. Instantly, my desire and hunger would go down. You've probably noticed in my content the past couple of weeks how much more of this energy I'm bringing. Am I going to sit here and say, oh, I just flipped a switch and changed it all instantly and thought to myself, I need to snap out of it? No. It's because of the habits I set in place when I could feel like I was going down. Right now, hard work does feel hard, but I feel sorry for you because you don't know what it feels like to have this ambition and energy to smash and deteriorate your goals. And that's why I made this video, because I know how much you've probably learned right now, 30 minutes in it. You understand to avoid those high processed foods. You understand to maybe even do the 1% stuff and invest in a water filter. Because when you do the little things, the easier things, like the big things, you're just naturally going to do them because you invested a large part of your money on something which you might claim is small, but when you make such investment, you just double down on the easier stuff. That's what I did. Although maybe my sleep wasn't perfect when I bought the water filter, buying the water filter set this new standard and boundary within myself that, okay, now I bought this, I need to do this. Okay, now I did this, I need to do this. I can list you the basic methods of how I improve my testosterone, go get sunlight, go to bed on time, be physically active. That's probably what your doctor says if you've gone to see him if you feel like low test. Your doctor doesn't say the crazy, absurd stuff that kind of gets you a bit triggered and gets those thoughts of disagreeing, which is fine. It's normal. Realize I'm on your side here and I'm trying to teach you and help you with what helped me to make following these good habits a lot more easier. And for me personally, it was doing the 1% stuff. It was having that mindset switch of not being so scarce and being abundant. It was not having those mass gainer protein powders, realizing that is a core reason to why I can't focus in class and why I'm not getting the results I want to get. It's why I can't focus on my YouTube videos. It's why I can't focus on a date. It's why I can't focus when speaking to my friends. I think I'm present, but I just lose focus. I want to grab my phone and scroll. I'm like a zombie. So let's switch that. Let's do what Adrian's recommended in this video. Not for anyone else, but for myself. Because at least I know when I can do more and more and more of this hard work, sooner rather than later, it's going to become fun. It's going to become fulfilling. It's going to become exciting and something I look forward to. What mind fucks me is that I used to think of recording YouTube videos as something hard. Whereas now, especially this past week when I've been posting consistently and daily every single day till December 31st, it's now something that I look forward to. I can't go to sleep at night now because I have too many ideas that I want to share behind the camera. I'm starting to master utilizing this creative energy I have, which is something we all have and is infinitely limitless. When I was low testosterone, I would be like, oh, I'm running out of ideas. I can't think of anything to share or say and all this stuff. In reality, I was just coping and making excuses and blocking the creative pathways in my brain because of anxiety, all of these fears and negative thoughts. I would see other people post content and I was like, oh, I know. You should be taking your testosterone as seriously as you can. Not only for yourself, but also for your future wife. You don't want to be the guy who has problems downstairs just because you didn't take action or you didn't see the importance of how important testosterone was when you were watching this video. It's super important. And if you think it's not, you're going to continue to find hard work hard. It's not a matter of luck. It's not a matter of genes and all this stuff. I strongly believe it's a matter of setting in place the right systems and habits. I'm going to repeat what I shared in this video one last time, just in case you've already forgotten and maybe haven't even taken notes by watching this video. If you haven't, I highly recommend rewatching it, taking notes from my stories, from what I teach, just so it sticks with you and that you're whole lot more likely to take action. Because if there was one thing that made me less likely to take action, I got my shit. How long do you run for?
I just did 3:30.
Tempo?
Like 6:30.
Oh my God. When I was low test and I would try, take action and implement my new learnings, I would procrastinate and wait days and months. Just because, like I've said in this video, I would have a scarce mindset. I know this probably seems like a lot, and I know with the way I've spoken in this video, you're probably really, really motivated and you're thinking that, okay, now I'm going to take action. I'm going to do it, Adrian. I'm going to do it, Adrian. I'm going to realize that motivation is an emotion which fluctuates, and there's going to be periods where your motivation is low, and that's when you're less likely to take action. To make your life easier, I highly recommend taking action on my learnings ASAP. You attack when it's hot to set the habit in place. Don't think by pushing something back because maybe the cost or that it will be easier in the future. I know I've motivated you in this video, and I'm telling you that younger Adrian, when he would watch videos like this and he was motivated, he would say the exact same thing you're saying of, I'll just buy it later. When later was to arise, he wouldn't buy it and would have to wait for another video like this to feel motivated again. Attack when it's hot. And I can say the same thing for you joining my private community. Don't think, I'll join your community, Adrian, later when I feel like it. When you attack when it's hot, you're putting in effort and you feel naturally better and more ambitious and have this higher self-image of yourself. So to reiterate what the 3 lessons were, be abundant and not scarce. Invest in the top 1% stuff, like the water filter that I'm going to literally leave in this description of this video. And eat 1 ingredient whole foods. I gave you the actionable step at the start of the video saying if you can find 1 food that has more than 1 ingredient, find that and make a little bit of progress and eliminate that. But I'm going to leave you with 1 final actionable step. And that's that right now, if you are struggling with motivation, with ambition, maybe even with confidence, feel that through and say to yourself, is it because I've lost a bit of testosterone and hunger and I need to reclaim my masculinity back? Like I can do all of these habits, but if I'm not feeling masculine, I need to reclaim that part of me back. Which is why your final actionable step is to actually explore my channel and watch more of the videos and topics I speak about. All of the masculinity lessons where I once felt undisciplined, inconsistent, not good enough, weak, feminine. I highly recommend checking out the other videos on this channel because I know how much of a large part it will play not only your testosterone levels, but most importantly, your masculinity and your determination to be the best man you can possibly be. You don't need PEDs. You don't need all of this unnatural stuff to be the best version of yourself. You need a plan. You need a system. And heck, you might even need a water filter. I hope this video helped you in any way, shape or form. And most importantly, I hope you can take action on what helped me. Honestly, bro, just start to make the little things or the little hard things fun. Like I said 2 minutes ago, I used to find posting videos grueling, anxiety fueling, but now it's something I just love to do, and I'm going to keep doing what I love to do to pass on wisdom to my younger self. Testosterone has never been more important than today. Make it important, make it part of your lifestyle, and put an end to our young men's declining levels. And let's win together. If this video has motivated and educated you, I highly recommend you join my private school community. Once you trust me enough through watching my content, which right now I'm posting daily videos, I highly recommend you check it out. It is a no-brainer, especially if you live here in Melbourne, because I'm also planning on hosting private meetups really soon. Other than that, I'm also going to leave another link of all of the books that helped me become more of a masculine man. That will be the second link in the description. Make sure to click the subscribe button and also a little bell icon so you don't miss my daily uploads and you can watch them as soon as humanly possible. I'm going to go to the gym to train push now, chest, shoulders, triceps. Wish me luck. I'm going to smash it. Set new PRs. Although I'm cutting, I'm still trying to hold on to as much muscle mass as possible. Have a good rest of the day, brother. Smash your goals and you got this. Peace.